Don't you love it?
Yeah, I do.
That's so cool. Jump on the chair again. And what are we gonna do now? What haircut you want now?
I'm ready to go.
You want a bob?
Yeah.
And the little bangs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what we'll do. Cute.
Like, I do love this.
Me too.
But I know what Tyler was like now. Like,
Yes.
when she got it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see.
she got the first haircut. She had it for 2 hours, and she goes, "It's not short enough." Same with you. It's like this is already the shortest you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
But it's not short enough. Yeah, because it's the journey you're on. But I'm glad we're making it amazing every step of the way. But why don't we start with a bob?
Yeah.
We're gonna start with a bob because we know we can keep doing haircuts until you look at the bob and you're like, still not short enough. But we'll do like a chin length bob to start, and blow dry that amazing. It's gonna look like a really expensive wig. Like a bob on you is gonna look like an expensive wig, and I think you're probably gonna want a couple more after that even. Come on over, let's watch it again. Come on over. Use the towel. I hope I didn't cut that short. Yeah, they're kind of short. But just for the pop. And just forward right over there. So I'll do a funny thing. And we're doing short fringe, right? Yeah. We're going to start. There you go. And have you ever had a fringe before?
No.
What this is the best introduction to a fringe ever. Just like that, yeah.
I think like the closest to fringe is like those clip-on ones.
Oh yeah.
But I like didn't really wear them that often. Like it was just like for dancing they would make you wear them.
Oh yeah, yeah. What kind of dancing were you?
I did a mixture. When I was little, I grew up doing tap,
Yeah.
but then I did ballet. So
Did you? Yeah.
yeah,
Tap seemed to be a thing. I have another friend from Christchurch that did tap. Maybe it was the same school as you.
yeah, most likely because
Yeah.
in Christchurch there is one big major dance like for tap,
Yeah.
and then there's some smaller ones.
Oh yeah.
But the funny thing about it is they're related.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So like, at competitions you'd be versing most of their relatives.
Funny.
Yeah.
My daughters they were in ballet. The older one switched to jazz as soon as she could because at the early age they only have ballet. Was
Yeah.
a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and I think 5. I think when you get to 5, you can switch to jazz. She switched right away. She wanted to, and we wanted her to because I don't like the discipline of ballet.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a jawline bob, short bob. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Like I loved dance, and because I did contemporary and I've done like tap and ballet. I loved it, but
Yeah.
I was not like the perfect like body type for ballet,
Yeah.
and I think that would always make it a lot harder. Like as much as I loved it, it was like a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Whereas contemporary was like perfect for like my body type especially.
Yeah. Was that your mother's influence or your father's influence?
Well, actually, the funniest thing is like my sister wanted to do ballet, but she didn't really get to when she was growing up.
Oh yeah.
So she got mum to put me in ballet.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
Because I can see where your mom was, I want to do ballet. Your mom's like, because it's not part of the culture of her, how she grew up, right?
yeah.
And she grew up in the rural as well, did she?
Yeah, she's from when she was real little, she was, because she's originally from Mahia, which is up north, not far from
North,
here.
yeah. So you're probably the first in the family to take up ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Kids like, I want to do ballet, and I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Ballet's not big in my family either.
Fair enough. I remember like I think my grandparents like from England loved me doing it.
Yes, of course.
But that's probably because it's like it's pretty much their culture, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
My dad was supportive of anything that was that made us happy. The
Yeah.
funniest thing is my dad used to come to our shows, fall asleep during the bits that wasn't we were in, and then wake up for the bits we were in.
God, I can totally relate to that.
So funny.
Yeah. The best is because I got 2 girls. So when the youngest one was too young to be in the dance school, then I had an excuse to only be in there for when my daughter was performing rather than sitting through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I have to take my little girl out. Because she's too noisy, right?
Yeah.
So, and usually the little ones are on the beginning anyway, so you sit and watch 3 or 4 performances and she's on. As soon as she's off, you're like, cool, I'm out of here, I gotta take the baby. And you're out of there as soon as you can. Even if the baby's like, doesn't really care. Like, oh, I'm gonna take her outside. You go out there and grab a coffee and play with her for the rest of the thing while mom's stuck in there with grandma, watching all these kids that aren't yours. So I know where your dad's coming from, but I had that was my trick. But now this year is the first year where they're both in the dance school, so we'll see what I come up with this year. I gotta get back to the salon. The best excuse, because the pageants are on Saturday, so I will take the day off work to go. But then I can be like, gotta go to the payroll, gotta go to the order. Just get the my kids are done. Like, gotta go back to Salon. See you guys.
I don't know if I was to have kids, if I'd put them in dance or what. I feel like,
You gauge them though,
yeah,
because if they have no interest in it, you're not going to do it.
no,
Or if
exactly.
you put them in and they don't like it or they're not responsive, you're not going to waste your money. But if that's the thing, that's the difference between raising kids today, and you sound like you had it that way too, is it used to be like, you know, you're not even born and the kid's going to be a ballerina. Because grandma was a ballerina and great grandma and you know, they all, like everyone, and you know, that sort of thing. Or the other example I make is like in Wellington. You're not even born yet, and you know, they'd say, it's a boy, cool. That boy's going to go to St. Pat's.
Yeah.
Why is he going to go to St. Pat's? Because your father went there and your grandfather went there and your great-grandfather there. Kid's not even out of the womb yet. And they're going to the school filling out an enrollment form, like wanting to fill out an enrollment form.
Yeah.
The kid's not even out yet. And you know what the school says? You can't register him until you have a birth certificate. Because the kid's not even born yet, and they go to the school wanting to register them because it's, you know, so that's not even paying attention to your kid's needs, right?
No.
Your kid could be an artist brain, but they want him in the St. Pat's rugby program, and it's not even born yet. Could be a future Mozart,
Yeah.
and that's very much a mistake of Kiwi culture. Not so much anymore, but in the past, yes. Now I do have one guy who I used to hang out with a little bit here and there. His parents forced him to an all-boys boarding school and play rugby. And he said in his words, "I just wanted to be in the ballet." And it was not that wasn't dialogue in his family. A little bit of a Billy Elliot, like a New Zealand version. But actually, no, he was from Australia, and his parents sent him to an all-boys boarding school in New Zealand to learn rugby, and he wanted to do ballet, but he never moved back to Australia after that because I think that. He never wanted, you know, he just find his own independence in the world. So you get these weird things in this part of the world.
Yeah, rugby is. It's quite funny to think, like, because when I was growing up, especially because rugby is very popular where I'm from,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and you'd have the boys that they would play football and they loved it. They loved football, and it was the greatest like sport to them.
Yeah.
And then we got to like high school, all of a sudden it was rugby, no more football.
Yep.
And that was just because that's what was.
That's New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you do here. But in Canada, it's ice hockey. And I never liked ice hockey. I was never big on it, but that's what you got pushed into. Now this isn't the bob you're going to leave with. I can tell already it's not short enough for you. But it's the one we're going to start with. You see what I mean, eh?
Yeah.
You need it further high up. But we'll start with that one.
Like it's kissing my ears would be.
Yeah. Exactly. That's reading it up, but we're going to start with that one.
Yeah, you're right. You keep going. I keep scaring myself, and then as soon as you cut, I'm like, oh yeah, actually no, yeah.
Yeah, and nerves go away.
I love watching the videos of girls when they're getting their big chop and they're just going, it's just here, it grows back, it's just here, it grows back.
So scary, yeah.
Mm.
Putting my brave face for the camera.
Yeah.
feel. To me, not short enough.
I do like it though.
Me too. But we'll do a natural dry with this one with your natural wave.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the look of that. So I'm going to bring the machine over. Because just give it a good shake. Yeah, and we'll see how it looks with your natural wave with this one. And then we'll cut more and we'll do a blowout with a shorter bob. Cool. And you're mostly dry. And this is a natural dry. We wanted to see what your waves would do with all that weight off of it. And this is without me doing not even any product. So this is what we would do if you did nothing with it, which I do like. We're going to grab some shots of this one. But we need a wardrobe change as well. So you went from 70s boho, like, late 70s. So we're going to go with a little more sophisticated. You want to try that one? Yeah, go for it. Sweet. Yay! The neck, so cool. And it's a simple blow dry. It's actually non blow dry, it's just natural. Let's grab some shots of this. Okay. And come on back. Jump on the big chair again. So what was your dream haircut growing up?
Yeah, definitely something like this, to be honest.
You liking this?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
loving this.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you want to go up a notch?
Yeah, I want it shorter. Just
Yeah, me
like
too.
Kissing my ear.
Do you want kissing your ears or do you want the haircut that you dreamed about growing up?
I want it kissing my ears.
Kissing your ears? Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll do shorter. And the next one I can do is smooth blow dry if we do that. Yeah. Do you want the Emily cut? Because the difference is only another centimeter.
Actually, yes.
Cool.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, cool. So come on over. So that's a yes to Emily. Now you said just touching the bottom of the ears. I just showed you the picture. That haircut is touching the bottom of the ears. So you were just like, oh my, that's a little bit. No, your fringe is already there. We're gonna take this up, so it's gonna be a little Emily haircut.
Yeah.
We're not gonna match it exactly. We're gonna give your version of an Emily haircut. Cool. Actually, your hair's already wet. Somewhat wet. So I'm just going to tuck this under a wee bit. And I think the dresses already works for the next haircut too. You get to leave it Emily. From that to Emily. And your hair is similar to hers too. But it's amazing with cultures around the world, like that's French culture.
Yeah.
But they're that kind of area of France have similar hair to Mari. And you guys are like the other end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like this haircut, you could go to France with the haircut I'm about to give you.
Yeah.
They just start talking to you in French. They would just be like, oh, bonjour. And you're like, I'm from New Zealand. I'm like, whoa. And people from France like New Zealand because they grew up watching, well, like we have David Attenborough.
Yeah.
They have Jacques Cousteau. which is their version of David Attenborough. So like a lot of like when they were young, they watched the Adventures of Jacques Cousteau, who used to go around the world, like Pacific and stuff like that. So it's the same thing as David Attenborough. We watch David Attenborough on all these different places. So similar sort of thing. Yep.
And then when I saw that photo, I literally thought to myself, oh, my hair's gonna literally grow back that next week.
Sure. And you're more than welcome to be a regular on this channel too, like China. I just need to get a lot of haircuts taken care for you.
Maybe next time we get a mullet.
Yeah.
A curly one.
Yeah.
I made my brother get it once, and he
Did you?
Yeah, he loved it. And his wife, she's like, "Oh, it's always in my face. That's the only reason I want it cut." I was like, "Well, you know what he feels like when your hair's always in his face."
Yeah. And you got a lot of regular customers where you work.
Yeah.
And then you have a haircut, and they're going to be the talk of Hataitai. But Hataitai is a really funky area.
I love Hataitai.
So you're going to be like, it's going to be admired.
Yeah.
Where you're working, it's going to be admired.
Get some groovy people coming in.
Do you ever?
Yeah. Taitai's such a cute place.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, we got a new roundabout and everyone was so excited about it.
Sounds all right, yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, it's so good that they finally got it done. I'm just like, I think that's why I like it, because it's just like home, you know?
Yeah.
It's home away from home. But yeah, that roundabout was good talk town of the little neighborhood for a while.
Yeah. Where is the roundabout? 'Cause I've been out there for a while.
It's literally right near my store. So you know where the bus tunnel is?
Yes.
Just down from that little intersection there.
Right.
Yeah.
I know where you mean. Yes, you come out the bus tunnel, there's a bus stop there, there's a roundabout there.
Yeah.
And I think there's a barber shop on the corner there or something.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's it, yeah. Ella, who works here, cousin owns that barber shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I can mention, like, you mention other business and whatnot. I don't mind mentioning that barber shop because the girl that works here, that's her cousin. He's not a barber. He's a developer.
Oh.
But he took on that space. And what we did is he called us because he doesn't know anything about this business, hair or anything like that.
Yeah.
Asked 100 questions. We gave him 100 answers. And then he came by with a bottle of wine and said, thanks, guys. Because he's going down something you've never done before, right? Like imagine, if you don't think about a barbershop, right? But if you're going to take on the business, the biggest challenge is if you don't have any staff, but you're not a barber.
Yeah.
How are you going to cut hair? Like how are you going to have the hair being cut? So it has to be employed. Now my situation is if all my staff, let's say something happened and I don't have any staff anymore, I can still cut hair and pay the rent.
Yeah.
Right? Now my rule about opening I'll mention this. Anyone who wants to open up a hair salon or anything like that, make sure that you alone can pay the rent. And then any staff that comes in, it's just because that you get able. That's the vibrancy of a salon and working with others and all the stuff that goes with it, you know. But if you're in a situation where there's no you have no staff at all, you alone, if you can pay the rent, then you can open a business, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there could be times, I've never had a time like that, but there could be times where that happens.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the times we're in.
Yeah, because that's how, now I mentioned in the other video that just posted, but I'll say it to you again, but I've already said it. The 3 big salons in Wellington that closed, there was 3 really big ones that closed, and they've been around for decades because they couldn't staff it anymore. Because they couldn't bring people in from overseas, or they can't train people quick enough or whatever, really high leases, so they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't have staff in your business, you're gone.
And I've been hearing a lot that for shops, people are getting their leases put up.
Yeah, that can happen too.
Especially because obviously, you know, people leave shops at one place, so they have to put up the prices in other places. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's this cafe I love, like down, literally right across the road from me at my store. And it's the Crazy Rabbit. I love it, right?
Yeah.
And it's real nice staff, polite, whatever, and they look out for like their customers and whatnot. But I don't think like they've been as busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they had, because like they're such a good cafe.
Yeah.
I wonder how people who run events, you know, like event hosting, are doing.
A lot of them are big money backs it anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, I always say, it's people with too much money that put money into other things, which are things like events, right?
Yeah.
But when all that shuts down, it doesn't matter because that's not their primary focus anyway.
Nah.
No. So, things like that. The ones that work there are on furlough,
Yeah.
but the ones who are financially backing that stuff are usually an invested interest because it is enhancing another part of their business, right?
Mm.
Like, for example, you're a majority owner stake on a stadium, therefore you have a side business that does promotions in the stadium, right?
Yeah.
Now there's this shut down and this, you know, it's all connected, right?
Yeah.
So, but then you're a majority stakeholder on a stadium because you have all this big other things happening, like, you know, it's all. But if you have a diversified portfolio, none of that matters because then something should be paying for the things that aren't, you know, that are on the side for now.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket.
That's true.
Oh, already you can tell this haircut was like the best thing you ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It suits you. I think it suits you more than that long hair because this was the girl that, you know, you were feeling, it's just you weren't seeing it, right?
Yeah.
You weren't showing this girl to others every day when you leave the house. This is the girl you want to be showing to others.
Mm.
So some people might say like, oh my God, your hair was so long, why'd you do that? But you feeling this more than you were feeling that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you did it. I see it too.
Yeah, everyone's like, would always, because yeah, like I said, everyone would compliment my hair, but it's just the length that they like about it.
Yeah.
If they actually looked at my hair and like had it like had to maintain it like I did,
Yeah,
it
you're the one.
was a nightmare.
Yeah. So cute.
Love it.
Me too. It's not exactly like the Emily haircut. I never do exactly. It's your version of it.
Yeah.
She had a very different neckline than yours. Hers was like really low and it had that. You have a straight across one, so your neckline's different than hers. But you're in the same ballpark. To be honest, I like yours better.
Always love when people are like, oh, I wanted to look like Jennifer Aniston, but I look nothing like Jennifer
I
Aniston.
used to have that a lot in the 90s.
But you're not Jennifer Aniston, that's the problem.
Yeah, we went through that a lot in the 90s. When she started her Friends and she had the short layered cut with the blow away,
Yeah.
everyone was bringing that picture to a salon. And she didn't like that haircut.
Did she not?
No. But you look at her before she started the show. Well, first of all, she's Greek, right? And Greeks are long hair culture. And she had that long, beautiful hair. She was actually in another show. They poached her off the other show and put her in Friends. But if you look at the episodes from that other show that she was on, she had this beautiful long hair. And I think the story goes, was that haircut was done for the press shots for the show.
Oh.
Right? Like if you look at the pilot, she still had her long hair too.
Yeah.
Because I think she was marrying the dentist, and then Ross saw her and she had her long hair. And then all of a sudden, when the pilot got picked up, she ended up with this haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was done for the show's press. And she's like, didn't like it. Then all of a sudden, everyone wants that hair, and then she's like, why would everyone? So it's just like more awkward. I've always said there's two examples of that. There's another one that's come on this channel, the Dorothy Hamill haircut. She didn't want to have short hair, but if she's going to have short hair, she might as well have a good one, so she got this haircut. Went with that. She's only 15 years old, to the Olympics as a figure skater, won the gold medal, and then the whole world got her haircut.
Yeah.
But it was a haircut that she never really cared. She wanted to have long hair, like kids that age, because that was in the mid-70s, right?
Yeah.
And but anyhow, the next thing you know, she gets the gold medal. Everyone wants that haircut. And then he gets signed up with endorsements for shampoo companies, so she can't grow it out.
Yeah.
Because the world wants to see that girl that won the gold medal. She becomes America's princess, right? So there's two examples. Jennifer Aniston, Friends, haircut. Jennifer Aniston didn't like it.
Yeah.
The world got it. And then I'd say Dorothy Hamill too. She wanted to have long hair, but she wasn't allowed to. She could have, for her hair, she might as well get that one. Goes to the Olympics, then everyone got that haircut. And two examples. And Princess Diana, I'm not sure how much. I know she wanted to cut it short, but I don't know what her feelings on it were. But she had a great hairdresser who was always thinking 3 or 4 stages ahead.
Mm.
Yeah.
I only realised, was it last week, that she was 16 when she got married.
Was she 16?
Oh, maybe it was slightly older. She was very young.
Oh, I'd have to look it up too.
Yeah, because because I know Prince Charles was older, quite a bit older.
Oh yeah.
And they met he came to her high school or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And that's how they met. I was like, wow, I never knew that.
I think there are rules around it too, like like who he could marry, like she's a Spencer or something like that. So that was approved. But I don't think they do that stuff anymore. Obviously not. I'm not too familiar on the stories. Now, is that fringe perfect length for you? Yeah, I agree. Any shorter, you look Romulan. It's on the edge of that. Like you could go way up if you want to look French and artistic, but no, this is perfect for you. And I love that's the perfect introduction to a fringe. And this also, it's not a style thing as well, but I don't want to style your hair. I want your hair to be wash and wear from this time on. We did our big blow dry. Now I'm just being like perfectionism. Man, you're so glad you did this.
Yeah, I am.
Proud of you. Proud of yourself.
Okay, I'm so surprised. I was like, oh, a couple inches. That's kind of scary.
Oh no, you're right. I think you're going to be keeping it short for a while.
Yeah, I don't want to even think about having long hair, to be honest.
We'll book your next one when you leave today. Same with China. You saw I booked China's next one when she left? Book yours too. if you want to come back in 6 weeks, you can be right after China. Because that's when she booked hers. You guys can be the back-to-backs. Pass each other every 6 weeks. Like, oh, hey, you're looking good. Watching each other as your hair's evolving over time.
I loved how she was like, what are you going to do with all that? And I was like...
That's so China, too. Yeah. Do you know what I love about China? It's come up, I've talked about this channel, too. She's named after somebody that was a mistake.
Really?
Yeah, because her mom was like, she's like, Mom, why am I China? It is Chyna.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, I named you after the daughter from the Beach Boys. But it turns out that Chyna was was the daughter of the Mamas and the Papas, not the Beach Boys.
Oh.
But her mom was a Beach Boys fan. She goes, oh, I want to name my daughter after the daughter of the Beach Boys, Chyna.
Yeah.
But then, so China's growing up, and she does her research. She goes, Mom, I'm named after the kid from the Mamas and the Papas, not the Beach Boys. Her mom goes, oh, well, I meant to. So her mom got it wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's like her name's perfect for her, right?
It does.
Yeah, yeah. And I played that song because I'm like, oh, do you know the song? And the hold on song, so I played it for her, and she's like, yeah, that's the girl I was mistakenly named after. Now you can see where her mom made a mistake because the band was called Wilson Phillips, and part of the band were the daughters from the Beach Boys, and part of the band were the daughters from the Mamas and the Papas, but the lead singer was Chyna.
Yeah.
So she named her after Chyna, the lead singer of Wilson Phillips, but she wasn't one of the daughters from the Beach. But that's just the way the mom made her decision, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. Nice mistakes. Happy mistakes. As Bob Ross would say, that's a happy mistake. Now this haircut here, it's cut so it doesn't look like you just had a haircut today.
Yeah.
Even though you look like you had a haircut today, you cut it all off. But it looks like the haircut was weeks ago, not today. It has that warning kind of look.
Yeah.
And same with the back, like it's got that warning kind of look. But I think Emily's haircut was the same sort of thing too. It had a warning kind of look, even though it was cut for the film. Now I got that song in my mind, hold on. Do you know the song I played for? It was the one in Bridesmaids.
I have seen Bridesmaids.
Oh yeah, I'll play it for you though.
I do like Bridesmaids, it's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
I love Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. I finally got around to sing that too, because I knew the song was in the movie, but it came out when I first moved to New Zealand, and I wasn't doing any screen time at all. I was doing the new adventure, right?
Yeah.
I was just like out having fun all the time, or going or traveling around the country, or disappearing into the woods and things like that. So eventually I did see it, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this. And then the ending scene with the hold on and Chyna Phillips in the movie. Cute. Now I'm going to use a natural, environmentally friendly vegan. You can see the logos right there. We're using WeDo. So this is a modern product. And that's what I use for shampoo and conditioner on you too. And we're not going to blow dry this at all. This is like how you're going to look day to day, because I want you to do nothing with this hair.
Yeah.
So if I do nothing and you look amazing, you do nothing and you look amazing, right?
Yeah.
And that's the way this is going to be on you. And I don't think your parents are going to be upset with this haircut that you cut it all off and you end up with this. I think it's very complimentary. If you're going to cut it amazing. And you did.
I want to show my sister, and I want her to straight away be like, oh my gosh, you look like Amelia.
Yeah, see what she says that, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is this shorter than her hair now?
Yes.
So you passed her.
I did.
She was gradually going shorter and you just went right past her. That's good. You did the, oh, you cut your hair. Hold my beer. Yeah, this is great. And clean you up that too.
looking at my hair on the ground, I'm like, good riddance.
True. We'll get a shot of you with your hair. Standing over it with the thumbs up. Yeah, we'll do that right now. I'll grab the camera, you can stand. With your look of satisfaction. I'll stand up here and do it.
This looks like a monster of hair.
Oh my god, look at that.
Like, look how long that is. Oh, and it feels great.
Okay, one more shot from over here. One more from over here. Cool. Cute. Come on over, we'll do our after shots. Yeah, I think we nailed it. Cool. Come on up. Welcome to Short Hair Hug.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, we're gonna be back in 6 weeks. We can do a video every 6 weeks. I'm sure they would love to see it. Cool. So we say bye, YouTubers.
Bye-bye.